Your dog has been hiding something from you, something scientists only recently discovered. And once you know it, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. There is a moment happening right now in millions of homes around the world where dogs are doing things that reveal the full depth of what they feel for their owners. And most people completely miss it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see your dog through entirely new eyes. Welcome to Canine Mind. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because this is exactly the kind of content we live for. Dogs have been living alongside humans for more than 15,000 years. That's 15,000 years of coevolution, of brains rewiring, of behavior adapting, not just to survive alongside us, but to genuinely connect with us. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what dog lovers have always felt. Dogs have the same brain structures responsible for emotions that we do. They produce the same hormones. They feel. And they have developed an incredibly sophisticated set of behaviors to show it. Today, we're going through 10 of those behaviors, and I promise you, some of these are going to completely surprise you. Let's get into it. 1. Your dog yawns right after you do. You've probably seen this happen and thought nothing of it. You yawn, you cover your mouth, and somewhere in the corner of the room, your dog yawns too. Coincidence? Not even close. Research from the University of Tokyo demonstrated that dogs catch yawns from their owners at a significantly higher rate than from strangers. This is called contagious yawning, and in humans it is directly linked to empathy, to the ability to feel what another individual is feeling.
The same mechanism appears to be operating in dogs. What's happening at a neurological level is fascinating. When your dog sees you yawn, their mirror neuron system activates, the same neural architecture that allows humans to unconsciously mimic and emotionally resonate with others. Your dog isn't just copying a behavior, they are, in a very real sense, syncing with your emotional state. Here's something even more remarkable. The yawn transfer only works reliably between dogs and their owners. Strangers? Much weaker effect. The bond itself is what amplifies the response. You can test this right now. Yawn slowly and dramatically in front of your dog, and just wait. If they yawn back, that's empathy. That is your dog feeling with you. But that's just number one. What comes next is arguably even more powerful, and it involves direct eye contact in a way that will completely change how you look at your dog. 2. Your dog locks eyes with you. Most animals avoid prolonged eye contact. In the animal kingdom, staring is a challenge, a threat. Wolves, the ancestors of dogs, are no exception. And yet your dog will look directly into your eyes and hold that gaze. Why? A landmark study published in Science revealed that mutual gazing between dogs and their owners triggers a surge of oxytocin in both species. Oxytocin, the same neurochemical released between mothers and newborns, between people who love each other, floods both your system and your dog's system simply through eye contact. This is extraordinary. Dogs are the only non-human species known to have hijacked this human bonding mechanism through evolution. They didn't learn to do it, they evolved to do it.
Over thousands of generations, the dogs that were best at forming emotional connections with humans, including through eye contact, were the ones that survived and reproduced. When your dog looks at you softly, with slightly relaxed eyes, they are not just looking at you. They are releasing a bonding chemical into both of your bodies simultaneously. They are, in a measurable biological sense, deepening their love for you in real time. And here's the thing, it works both ways. The more you hold that soft gaze back, the stronger the bond becomes. This is one of the simplest and most powerful things you can do with your dog today. We're only at number 2. Keep watching, because number 3 is something most people have never even noticed their dog doing. 3. Your dog moves their eyebrows for you. Dogs don't have eyebrows the way humans do, but they have a set of small facial muscles above their eyes that produce eyebrow-like movements, and they use them specifically when interacting with humans. Research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that domesticated dogs have a muscle called the levator anguli oculi medialis that wolves simply don't have. This muscle produces the inner brow raise, the same expression that humans use to signal sadness, vulnerability, and the desire to connect. And here's what makes it even more remarkable. Dogs produce significantly more of these facial movements when a human is paying attention to them than when they're being ignored. They're not doing it reflexively. They're performing an emotional display specifically for you in response to your attention. Why did this evolve? Because humans respond to it. We find that inner brow raise irresistible.
It mimics the look of a human child expressing vulnerability, and our brains are wired to respond to that. Dogs that developed this muscle were more successful at bonding with human caretakers, so over thousands of years, it became a fixed trait. Your dog is making expressions designed at an evolutionary level specifically to move you. Think about that the next time you look at your dog's face. 4 is coming up, and it involves a moment that happens every single day in your home that most people completely misinterpret. 4. Your dog wants to cuddle after eating, not before. This one matters. After your dog finishes their meal, watch what they do next. Many dogs will come directly to you. They'll press against you, settle next to you, or climb into your lap. And that timing is not random. There's a reason it happens after eating, not before. Before eating, a dog's behavior is driven by a survival imperative, food seeking, food acquisition. Their brain is in a different mode. But after eating, with that need satisfied, what remains is the social bond. The desire to be close to you is not about food, it's about you. Cuddling also has a measurable physiological effect. It releases endorphins and suppresses cortisol, the stress hormone, in both dogs and their owners. Your dog is not just seeking warmth or comfort in an abstract sense. They are seeking specifically you in a moment when they have no other motivation to do so. If your dog consistently comes to you after meals, that behavior is one of the clearest signals of genuine attachment you can observe. They've been fed, they're not hungry, and still, the place they want to be is next to you.
We're halfway through, and I need you to keep watching, because what comes next is one of the most misunderstood behaviors in dog ownership. 5. Your dog brings you their most prized possession. Dogs are naturally possessive. They guard their toys, their bones, their chews, sometimes fiercely. So when your dog trots over and drops a slobbery, well-loved toy at your feet, understand what that actually means. Behaviorally, this is an offering, one of the oldest social behaviors in pack animals. It signals trust at the deepest level. Your dog is not just showing you the toy, they are entrusting you with it. They are communicating that you are the safest, most important individual in their environment, the one they believe will protect what matters most to them. There is also a play invitation component. Dogs use objects to initiate social bonding interactions. But what makes it meaningful is the selection of the favorite object. Not just anything, the specific item they value most. That's the equivalent of someone handing you their most precious possession and saying, "I trust you completely." Next time your dog brings you their chewed-up, worn-out favorite thing, don't brush it off. Receive it, because your dog just told you something important. Number 6 is something that might be happening every day and you're not realizing what it means. 6. Your dog lets you touch the top of their head. Here's something most new dog owners don't realize. Reaching over a dog's head to pat the top of their skull is actually an instinctively threatening gesture. From a dog's perspective, something large looming over them and making contact with the most vulnerable part of their head is not a comfortable experience.
Most dogs with people they don't fully trust will subtly flinch, duck, or step back. So when your dog sits still, closes their eyes, and leans into your hand as you scratch the top of their head, that is a profound expression of trust. They are allowing something that their instincts classify as potentially threatening because their trust in you overrides that signal entirely. Animal behaviorists recommend getting on a dog's level and scratching under the chin or behind the ears as a more universally comfortable form of affection. But if your dog accepts head touching from you and clearly enjoys it, you have earned something real. That dog trusts you completely. We're past the halfway point. Don't go anywhere, because the next behavior is one almost every dog does, but almost no one understands why. 7. Your dog sleeps on your clothes. You come home to find your dog has pulled your shirt off the couch or dragged a sock from the laundry. Before you get frustrated, understand what's actually happening.
Dogs have an olfactory system estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than ours. Scent is not just information for a dog, it is their primary emotional landscape. And of all the scents in their world, yours is the one most deeply associated with safety, comfort, and security. When you're gone, your dog experiences varying degrees of separation-related stress. Seeking out an item that carries your scent is a self-soothing behavior. Studies using cortisol measurements, the stress hormone, have found that dogs exposed to their owner's scent show reduced stress responses in the owner's absence. Your dirty laundry is, to your dog, the closest thing to you they can access when you're not there.
The item they go for first tends to be whatever carries the strongest concentration of your scent, which is usually footwear and socks. This is not misbehavior. This is your dog managing their emotional state using the only tool they have, the memory of you, encoded in smell. 8. Your dog's tail tells you more than you think. The wagging tail is the most universally recognized dog behavior, and also the most misread one. Tail wagging does not simply mean happy. It is a communication system, and the direction, speed, height, and stiffness of the wag all carry different information. Research from the University of Trento found that dogs wag more to the right when they feel positive emotions, when they see their owner, for example, and more to the left when they feel anxiety or uncertainty. This asymmetry reflects left-right hemisphere differences in the brain and is subtle enough that it's almost invisible without careful observation. Beyond direction, a relaxed mid-height wag at moderate speed is a greeting. A low, slow wag often signals nervousness. A high, rapid, stiff wag, particularly combined with a rigid body, is a warning, not a welcome. The challenge is that tail set and movement vary by breed. A greyhound's low resting tail position reads completely differently from a husky's curled over tail. Knowing your specific dog's baseline is essential. Once you do, you'll realize your dog has been having entire conversations with their tail that you've been completely missing. One more left before the top 2, and the last 2 are the ones that are going to stay with you. 9. Your dog loses their mind when you come home late. You've seen it. You walk through the door after a long day, and your dog acts as if you've returned from the dead.
The spinning, the vocalizing, the full body wiggling, it can seem over the top. But there is a deep and beautiful reason for it. Research measuring oxytocin and cortisol levels in dogs during reunions with their owners has found something striking. When you return, your dog's oxytocin, the bonding hormone, spikes measurably. Their cortisol, the stress hormone that had been elevated during your absence, drops. Your return is biochemically a relief event. And there's a cognitive layer too. Dogs have a concept of time that is tied to biological rhythms. They can sense the passage of hours through changes in scent concentration, light levels, and their own hunger cycles. When you come home later than usual, their anticipation system has been activated and unresolved for longer. The explosion of behavior you see is not just excitement, it is the release of accumulated tension. You are not just their favorite person, you are their anchor. Your presence is what regulates their emotional state. The intensity of that greeting is the exact measure of how much they needed you back. And that brings us to number 10. Save this one. 10. Your dog follows you everywhere, even when you don't want them to. You stand up to get a glass of water. Your dog gets up too. You walk to the bathroom. There they are. You change rooms for no reason. They are already at your feet before you finish the thought. This behavior, called Velcro dog syndrome informally, is rooted in something profound. In the wild, canine social groups move together. Separation from the group means vulnerability. Your dog's deepest social programming says, stay close to the one you are bonded to.
But beyond instinct, research on attachment theory in dogs, pioneered by scientists like Juliane Kaminsky and John Bradshaw, has shown that dogs form primary attachment bonds with specific individuals that closely mirror the attachment bonds that human children form with their caregivers. Your dog doesn't follow you because they are bored or because they want treats, though those things play a role.
They follow you because you are their primary attachment figure. You are who they have chosen. That shadow behind you everywhere you go, that's not neediness. That's love, expressed in the only language a dog has. And there you have it. 10 scientifically grounded behaviors that your dog has been using to communicate something that doesn't need translation once you know how to read it. From the yawn they catch from you, to the eye contact that literally bonds you together chemically, to the fact that they follow your every step, your dog has been telling you the same thing over and over in 10 different ways. If this video changed how you see your dog, share it with someone who has one. And if you're not subscribed to Canine Mind yet, now is the moment. We go deep on dog behavior, science, and the relationship between dogs and the humans who love them. We'll see you in the next one.